All right, JJ, you want to start us off with Coach?
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Good morning. How are y'all?
Doing well. We got I know you got a few more days left in spring practice, but what have you learned about your team throughout these 3 or 4 weeks?
I'm really proud of the juice they bring every day. We just finished our 13th practice, and they've been just like they were during the fall. They like to come out on the field. They like to play football. They like to practice. They like to be around their teammates. That's always fun for a coach, get to coach those kind of players. We've increased our depth on defense. That's been good to see. And I think our quarterback play has just gotten a lot better, honestly. And that's all of them. Just the understanding of the offense. We haven't really added any new schemes. We just kind of made them look a little different. So that's been exciting. That's offense and defense. And so they bought in just like I thought they would. And that'd probably be, I don't know if I've learned anything per se. I guess those 7 kids we brought in, getting some depth. And we still got some issues, on the offensive line as far as depth. We got to get that fixed. But bringing those 5 freshmen in the fall will help there.
What's going to be the format of the spring game on Saturday? What are we going to see?
It's going to be basically offense versus defense. We don't have the depth to split teams up. I'd love to really just split a team, split it up and go play, but we just don't have the offensive linemen that will allow us to do that, right? If we split our team up, we would have just enough to have 2 teams, and then that means they had to play every play the entire game, and I'm just not prepared to do that. So it'll be scrimmage format, offense versus defense, and we'll get our special teams in there as well. Quarterbacks will be dead; they'll have on red jerseys, and some of it'll be thud, some of it'll be live, a little bit of both. The good news is we've got a few players that we can't afford to get injured, which means you got some good players. So we'll be thud in some situations and live in certain ones as well.
What went into the decision of not having the spring game open to the public?
I'm not for sure that those are decisions, made by Dr. Compost and our administration. So I don't know. You had to speak to her about that. I'm sure she would give you all the things that went into that decision.
Hey, Greg.
Jeff, do you guys make an effort to differentiate this from like a normal scrimmage or a normal spring practice to make it feel special or extra because it's the spring game? Is there anything extra with that?
That's a great question, Greg. If you look across the country, you watch those games, and I go home and watch them too. Pretty much everybody runs their 4 or 5 basic plays on offense and their basic defense because they don't want everybody watching and putting it out there. I'm not as worried about people seeing our stuff because it's already out there anyway. All you got to do is pull up a game and watch it. I'm more concerned about doing what's best for my players. And that always gets tough because, when you open a spring game up and you have a real spring game, you got boosters there, you got parents there, but you're at the end of a very long, grueling part of the year. You've already been through a football season. You went through conditioning and training for 8 weeks. Then you went through 15. It's your 15th practice. You're at the end of the school year, semester exams coming up and all that kind of stuff. I think the most important thing is we get out of there healthy and we get these kids to fall camp. That'll be my number 1 priority. At the same time, it's our 15th practice of the year, and we want to get better. So it's just a fine line we're all walking, closing the stretch out right now.
Does it add something, or is it meaningful for you or just for the program to have something you can call a spring game and maybe without fans, but there's that like a radio broadcast, and just to have it be something a little bit extra? Is that a meaningful step up that changes the dynamic in there?
I think so. Anytime you put the game uniform on, those kind of things, kids like that kind of stuff. It's the last one. It's a Saturday. There's a lot of things there that get it going a little better. And we're going to make this the best we can for our kids and still be smart. And like I said earlier when I was speaking to JJ, I'd like to get it to the point one day where we have the depth, where we could really split our squad up and just go play. but we just don't have that depth right now.
Yeah. Do you expect to have a bulk of the roster available, or are there a lot of guys with injuries or protocols? Like, what are the numbers at this point?
We're down. Our line has been down this entire time. That's the one that's got me concerned the most. We're pretty deep on defense, honestly. Those 7 kids coming in here really helped us. Made us deeper on the D line, made us deeper at linebacker, deeper at safety. So those were some focal points. But other than that, we're in pretty good shape.
And then to one of JJ's earlier questions, I know you mentioned coming into the spring that you wanted to have those new looks and new ways of kind of doing things that were the same schemes but looked a little bit different. Did you cover all the ground you wanted to in that point? Was everything able to stay on schedule as you went through these 15 practices? Yeah,
This is the last week. There was quite a bit of install. This is our 5th install. We try to have a install per week because there's 5 weeks of practices, right? You got 15 days, basically 3 days a week, 5 weeks. So this is our 5th install. It was a little bit bigger than what I wanted it to be, but I wanted to make sure we got stuff on video one more time. We did it all in the fall. We're doing it now in the spring. You hope the kids can watch it and go do it on their own in the summer and then come back and do it again for fall count. You'd hope to think we're getting pretty good by then.
Okay, Steven.
Hey, Coach. How's it going today?
Good morning. I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Steven?
I'm good. Just kind of your thoughts on as y'all move out of spring practice and toward the summer, what are you looking to see from the team through the summer? And then kind of what are your goals for yourself over the summer?
It's a great question because this is all new for us. Usually we're done about 3 weeks ago and all my guys are out on the road, recruiting. So this is, as this whole year has been, it's all different, right? So we're gonna get to work on our opponents pretty quick. Next week we'll have exit meetings. The individual coaches will meet with their players, coordinators will meet with their players, and then I will meet with players as well. So that'll be next week. The week after that, we'll start on Illinois. The next week, Lamar. Next week, Middle Tennessee. Then we'll get into camp season. We hope we'll get to have camps here on campus. We're still waiting on that decision. If not, we'll go to camps all over the state of Texas and evaluate their camps. We're still waiting for that decision. So, and then when camps is done, I hope to get these guys some time off a little bit. We've been grinding now. We've been grinding for a while, and hope everybody get rejuvenated and be back in here. Texas High School Coaches Association in San Antonio, something we're really excited about. We know all those guys, and looking forward to having a social with those guys at Pinkerton's Barbecue in July, and then fall camp will be here. So it'll go by in a hurry, and we're blessed to be football coaches. It's amazing we get paid to do this because it's a lot of fun getting to deal with wonderful people like you and Greg and JJ every day.